oriented, I should say, you can send directly to me. I do read my emails. It's Gregory Joseph at meanmachineradio.com. All right, so enough about me. We were going to go to break, but I'll tell you what, we're just going to bring Glenn in. He's a great guy. You're going to meet him right now via satellite. So, as promised, boom, bring him in.
How we doing, Greg?
You're trying to find you. Where you hide back there? There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Not here. He's there. I promise you. What's
I'm
happening,
all
brother?
over.
How are you?
Good yourself? How's it going, man?
Not bad for hump day.
Is
Hey,
it lack of
yeah,
thereof?
that's what they tell me. I'm not even sure what the hell that even means. Hump of the work week. Yeah, for those that work Monday through Friday, maybe, but for people like you and I that work just about every day, including when we're sleeping, there is no hump. It's a pimple.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly, exactly.
so you are in Manhattan right now, Glenn. Correct? You're at your office there.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah, yeah. My regular job at a private company, but I do volunteer work for the Bronx, up Edgewater Park Volunteer Fire Department, located in the Throgs Neck section of the Bronx, and we've been around for about 102 years now, going strong.
That's it. Just 102. Man, you guys really
Yeah,
haven't
just
been around that
102.
long, huh?
Just 102. But
Pretty funny.
yeah,
I and it's also the thing that I like about it is that and we're going to put the patch up, we're going to change the background and everything for whatever reason it just happened to change on it. But you know what? It's all a beautiful part of being kind of live, I guess. But we're going to
yes,
have
there we
that.
go.
There it is. 1922. So this has actually been, yeah, like you said, 102 years. Edgewater Park Volunteer Hose Company #1, Bronx, New York. 99 from the Bronx, baby.
There you go.
There it
There you
is.
go.
102 years. Congratulations. I mean, how many
Thanks, man.
things in the United States that we could say are organic that have been
Well,
around that long? I mean, there's not a whole lot come to mind, but you're one of
what
them, so that's great.
the beauty of a New York City volunteer fire department is very rare these days. Back in the old days, there was that's all it was volunteers until around 1888, when the city became incorporated, and they started taking over the volunteer fire companies. However, there is still 8 left in the city of New York. We're the only ones left in the Bronx, and the reason being, so because our street is such a small community that we have to have specialized vehicles, and the city just can't get into our community. I think it only goes so far. In our case, the firehouse, but we have close to 700 homes that we take care of within our community.
You
So
said 700
700 homes.
that are in that
So
particular area that when
yeah,
the fire bell rings, I mean,
yep.
that's
Yeah, when the
God
siren
forbid
goes
is what.
off, we respond to anything medical, missing persons, fire, of course, and we actually did respond with a crew down to 9/11.
Wow.
So
That's
very active within the community.
as hot as that chick was in the background, I had to move her. I couldn't concentrate. Sorry, what'd you say, Glenn?
Not a problem. Not a
I'm
problem.
kidding, man. So
I thought it was
700.
you. I thought it was you actually.
Oh, no, no idea where we're going with this, but anyway, uh, I wanted to see because I'm going to bring up let's bring up the caption on here, like I said we would. So this is Edgewater, which is actually now is that when people are not from the New York area, um,
Yeah.
New York, New Jersey, so is that considered? It's not the South Bronx. Could you
No,
explain
no. It's actually the
logistically?
northeast section of the Bronx. It's over by the Throgs Neck Bridge, and it's in a very Irish neighborhood. Uh, it's on the waterfront property and such. And it's been around since oh God, the, the mansion that we have as the fire department was built in 1852, but the department didn't move in there till 1922. So it's been
So
around.
it was right at the turn of the century, the other
Yeah,
century.
exactly. Last
All right,
century.
right. So no, we're in a new century. It would have into 1900. We're in another century, man.
Exactly,
I mean, if you
exactly.
blink, you might have missed it, but
Yes, absolutely.
it's no, but you know what? It's because some people are like, oh, where's the Bronx? They think of Yankee Stadium, by the way, because the Bronx. Obviously, I got to wear my Yankee stuff. I mean, come on,
Oh,
I wear it anyway,
absolutely.
but
Go
I figured
Yanks.
Yeah, I mean, I have a petrified Reggie bar around here somewhere. But, so
so,
this is
so
your website, and it's, edgewaterfire.com/donate. So I'm gonna bring it up, but why don't we explain, or you should probably
okay,
explain what exactly give me 1 second here, and let's go
okay.
here
So
so
this is
that we can
part of
okay,
our
good.
website. What what the thing is here is that if you guys who are listening in the Bronx and in the community of Edgewater Park, we are desperately in need of volunteers. We don't want to close down. We, like I said, we've been around for 102 years, but we are at very minimal capacity as far as personnel goes. So, unfortunately, it's not open to everybody in the Bronx. But if you live in the community of Edgewater Park, we desperately need your help to volunteer, if not for fire services, for other administrative roles, all the help we can do, fundraising. We need your help if you live in the park. Uh, if you're listening outside of our community and wishing to donate, we are asking if you would mind donating because we are um, always operating in the you know as the needs come up. We are not recognized by the city of New York. However, we do have a great relation with FDNY local houses, and they do help us out with supplies and equipment. We are trained by the state of New York, so we are
And this is
trained to
all
be.
volunteer, correct? I
This
mean,
is all
alright,
volunteer.
so,
Yeah,
real quick, let me interject in there, Glenn.
yeah, yeah.
When you say we're not recognized by the state of New York, what
No, it's
exactly
the
does
city of
that
New
mean?
York. The city of New York only recognizes one
Oh, so the
department.
state does.
The state does. The
Why
state,
is that as confusing as it sounds? Let's
well,
let's
because
slow down on that a minute. So the
yeah,
state, which is where you operate in the state of New York, just
yeah,
not so we don't confuse ourselves,
right.
recognizes it, but the actual
City,
city, the
yeah,
entire New York City, which is obviously the Bronx is one of the 5 boroughs,
right,
does not recognize that. What
right.
does that even
Well,
mean?
it's the government of New York City and their charter dictates that if they have to have a fire department, it'll be their fire department, which is the FDNY, which is fine. But because of our location, because of the size of our streets, uh, they can't support the volunteer fire department. However,
The
like I
size of
said,
your
look,
streets, yeah, 'cause, there's gonna be a lot of people that are listening and watching that have no idea what you're
well,
talking. Does that
well,
mean 'cause they're too small? Are they too big? You gotta go into not everybody's from this area, my man.
no, no, no. If
Yeah.
you picture some of the smaller Jersey towns, where the streets are so narrow, they're one car wide. Uh, I'm trying to think of a
Alright.
town like a beach town, like I don't know. Right off the head, I just can't think of anything. But picture a street that's no longer than a car width wide, and our fire trucks are about that big.
Yeah,
So if
try anywhere in Hoboken. How's that for a
yeah, yeah,
start?
exactly, Hoboken, yeah, but at least
Not
Hoboken,
exactly beach property, but, you get the picture. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, the streets are very tiny, and they're actually the community started out as a summer camp slash bungalow
Yeah.
encampment, and became all year round back in the mid 20s to early 30s, and it became all year round home encampment. So they needed a volunteer fire department. Again, the streets never changed from back in the old days. So and
And
it's a
this is
city.
their and so this is their major beef out of all the different things it could be. Because New York, I mean, if you blow your nose sideways, they have a way to charge you, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I cannot wrap my I still, unless I'm just not there anymore, still not getting what the hell does that mean? So we don't recognize you because the streets are
Well,
too narrow. That's gonna be
Well,
one of the
it's
dumbest not
well,
this
it's not
week,
only
dun,
the
dun, dun, yeah,
it's not only the streets. It's the way the city runs their government.
okay.
It's they recognize the they established the FDNY back in the 1800s, and they put a lot of the volunteer fire departments out of business. They incorporated it. They merged with them, so
Right,
it
they
became a
merged it and
paid.
made NY, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, like, FDNY, like that kinda
right.
thing.
And
Right.
it became a paid department. However, like I said,
Mhm.
uh, we work well with the politicians and such, but
Right.
officially we're not a recognized entity of New York City FDNY. We are a
But if
separate
there's a
volunteer.
fire, they'll recognize your ass, right? I mean,
Oh,
isn't that
oh
how that
yeah,
works? Oh,
absolutely. No, they're actually our bigger supporters. When we have a fire, like we did about a year ago, we had a two-alarm house fire, um, and the city came in and backed us up. They could only get their vehicle so far, but they
so I
came in
guess
and
what
helped
I
out.
guess what I'm hearing basically after all that is what I'm hearing, it's politics. That's what you're trying to say in a
Absolutely, yeah,
roundabout
it could
way.
be. Yeah, you could look at it as politics,
Dress it
but
up with however you want. It's the government. Bullshit. Well, what am I from Idaho? I know what you're trying to say.
yeah, I hear you.
It's it's
I'm trying to be
it's
on the good
bullshit.
side here.
Not on this show.
Yeah,
But
true.
how many people, how many people you have altogether? I met a couple of them, but how many in that particular do you call
We
that a ladder? Like, it's considered ladder
No, it's just a host company. Actually,
company?
if you want to venture the size of our fire trucks, you remember that old show Emergency? The little squad paramedic truck.
I think so.
Uh, yeah, well, that's about the size of our full fire truck.
Well, how many people, I'm saying, not truck.
We have about 25 volunteers,
25. All right. And how many
and we're all
trucks?
two trucks,
Okay.
two active
That could
trucks.
get crowded. All right. So you're like at a
Yep.
baker's dozen on each one. Okay.
Yeah, but
So,
again, it's everything is timing. I mean, we if everybody's at work and we get a call during the
right.
day, we're hoping that we get a crew of four up there again. But that's it's hit or miss, just like any other volunteer fire department.
All right. So let me ask this then. If there's a fire in the Bronx, or, I mean, obviously your guys are called for more than just fire, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But, um, okay, so there's not a two or a three alarm fire, just a regular old electrical fire. People are coming out, and there's smoke, and there's this, and there's that. Okay, great, and they have to be dispatched there. Do they call you guys because it's those part of those quote unquote 700 houses, or does the regular fire department, when I say regular, meaning uh, FDNY, do they get the call and then they route it to you because it's by geographical, or is it first come first? Like, how does that work exactly?
No,
Like, who gets
within
the
our
call first?
within our community, we get the call first,
You do. Okay.
and once we get our crew up there, it's second nature that we alert FDNY right off the bat. So that's an automatic given uh, that they come back and respond, and they'll ascertain and assert the situation. Most of the time, ninety
Like
percent
a
of
fire chief would.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So being that we're still in the confines of New York City, we ask FDNY to help us out, and we respond to our local we give our local FDNY house a call or 911 call. They'll dispatch and they check out the scenery and make sure everything's copacetic, and we move on from there. Same thing with medical calls. We get the medical calls. We have first responders and EMTs, and we'll call the ambulances and escort them in since Edgewater is very difficult streets to drive through. And
Well, they've been doing it for 100 something years. I'm sure they figure out how to do it by now, right? I mean,
yeah,
I
but
think that sounds like bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm getting a whiff of something, and I'm not sure what it ain't daisies, but that's okay. That's all right. You're about to get out of there anyway. What do you care what they think?
yeah,
But
yeah,
you got it's a
it's in my
brotherhood
blood.
though.
It's in my blood.
It's called conformity. Yeah,
Yes.
there was a book about that. I think it was called 1984. I'm just kidding, but
Yeah, yeah. Or
you know
ball
it.
for.
Yeah, they I mean, so you would get the call, and then someone actually would assess, and
Yeah.
and the volunteers. So you're able to get what you need. Well, actually, we have this still up on the screen. So you have. Let's just
Yeah.
so
Get rid of
and then
those
we'll go
cookies.
back to the.
There we go.
Well, I already hit it like 3 times. I don't know what happened there, but to be able
Hit
to
the,
donate, it says donate now. Okay, so it'll come up like that, just so for
yeah.
people to see, and that's for PayPal. All right, donate with that. Okay, that's cool. Go back to this, and then you
And on the
have.
website, we have a great little history lesson of the department where you can learn about what we do and
Okay.
what
All right.
we
Well, we'll get
One.
to that. Well, okay. Well, here's how we so you got how to donate. So we have that, credit, debit, PayPal, Venmo, check or money order. Okay. And it is okay, so it's nonprofit if it's 501c3, okay. Tax deductible. Okay. And of course cash. You know that tricky stuff that I love that a lot of people like what's that? You
Yeah,
know. All right, so cool. So that's for donate, and you can join. And I guess so. What you were referring to about the story is under about, or is it under
yes,
under
it's
that?
under about.
Okay, and there it is. All right, cool. Uh, so people, oh yeah, look
Yeah,
at they got
there's
some
our
trucks.
trucks. There's
Uh,
our trucks now.
engine three, engine two, 87 Chevy, 2002 GMC. So if you guys, as far as food and rec, and I mean, obviously for whatever it is, sheets. I mean, like
Yeah,
just everything there. That's all done by donation, correct? There's
that's correct.
no
Yeah,
funneling of. Okay, so
no,
that sounds like. I mean, I was joking around before, but they're trying to take care of you, the community at
yeah. The
large. They
community's
know
taking
need.
care of us. We go to door once a year, asking for
Okay,
donation of a minimum of $60 a year,
door to
uh,
door.
door to door.
You have the manpower for that, huh? Wow, that's
Well, we try our best. We try
I
our
bet you do.
best.
Yeah. No, but that's cool. I mean, instead of sending stuff in the mail, because people go, "Oh yeah, I'll take the sticker," and you
Yeah,
know what I mean, or we'll send cookies. We appreciate that, man. We'll take the
yeah.
cookies, but we need the, the other kind of cookies, the green
Ex-
kind, the
the green
kind
kind.
that
Yes, the
fold.
Benjamins.
Right. But the fact that you're not always in everybody's face trying, "Oh, do this or that," and I'm sure I mean, people want because they give from the heart because they know just like cops, just like EMS, just like,
Right.
you are part of the community. Yeah, some people get paid, others are volunteers, but that takes special people. That means that you actually care about people and you want to help them. It's not about a paycheck. And I think that people like that should be revered. I really do. Now, in the past, and going forward. That's a serious thing. People don't think about it maybe as much until they need you. And then all of a sudden it's a panic. Well, who do we call? Who do you trust? Who do you get? Well,
It's
remember
so
us
true.
because we remembered you, right?
It's so
I
true.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, I was taught to respect, police. Obviously, there's a ton of cops in my family and firemen and stuff like that. They were your friends. They are part of the community. They're here to help you, your family, everybody, except for the cat in the tree thing. Is that a fallacy or do they still do that stuff? Be like, stop being a little bitch and go up and get the envelope. I mean, what is that?
A- Actually, when I first became a member, we did have a couple of those type of calls, of animals stuck in a tree. So yeah, we do, we do.
Goddamn cat out of the tree. What you get? What was up there? Because you see those old movies and everything where you have like the long ladder and everything.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this person's turning into like a piece of bacon burning up over there. But I gotta get
Well,
little
we
Morris the cat out of the goddamn oak tree. It
well,
just
well,
doesn't
well, we
seem
do
right.
we do prioritize. So
I should hope that somebody says to go, person on
yeah, yeah,
fire
yeah.
and cat. What do we do now? What if the cat's on fire? Does that completely throw you off, or?
Uh oh, wait, then we flip a coin.
Oh shit! And here comes the call from the ASPCA. All right, but
There you go.
hey, it is what it is. All right, we're gonna
Yeah,
go to a quick
exactly.
break here, but that's pretty. It's interesting. We'll go back to your to the website and everything, and I mean, it's nice that you could have it on there. And like I said, you probably do stuff all year round,
Oh
not
yeah,
just.
absolutely.
I mean, you have the summer stuff, and then you have obviously you guys are involved in like Toys for Tots. Well, Toys for Tots is the Marines, but you have your own thing at
We
Christmas
do.
time, right?
Yeah, we do it. We have a Christmas tree lighting. We have a what we call a ragamuffin parade in conjunction with our ladies auxiliary. We have
Okay.
Memorial Day parades, Fourth of July parades, and
Nice,
yeah,
and you can polish those bad boys up and go out there and give the fans a thrill.
yeah,
How you
thrill,
doing?
absolutely. Help us out.
Go
Join.
Yankees, Red
Go
Sox
yeah.
fans. We don't answer
Ooh.
those phone calls. Sorry. That's cool, man. All right, we're gonna go to break real quick, ladies and gentlemen. We got Glenn Hart here from Edgewater Fire Department. He is coming from live from Manhattan, but he is the Bronx guy, and that's their uh, that's their website here if you want to check it out. I think that you should. It's a good thing. I'm going to definitely be able to let other people know as well. There it is, www.edgewaterfire.com/donate. And other than just the donating, they could go on there and actually, like you said, get a little background, find out what's going on. You guys have been around for 102 years. Obviously, it's a legit 501c3. You're in the
Absolutely.
state of New York here, where they
Yep.
go through everything. So obviously, it's legit, and I think it's a great cause because you're saving lives. You really are, and you never know what you're going to. I mean, a fireman doesn't know what they're walking into one day, from one day to the next. You're putting
That's
your
right.
life on the line, just like cops do,
That's
just
right.
like military personnel do. Like I said, I mean, you guys have always had my respect since I was a little kid. That was the way I was taught, and I think that to be more in the public eye with it is why I wanted to have you on, because you guys deserve it. You
Well,
just do. I mean, like I said, everybody doesn't think about it all the time until all of a sudden they need you and you're there. Oh,
right.
by the way, you guys are really
Exactly.
close with Santa too. That's why I wanted to stay on
That's
your
right.
good side,
Yeah,
Glenn,
with good
because
ties with Santa. So
don't tell him that I'm the mean machine and I'm bad. Tell him I was good, man. Come on, hook me up, bro.
there you
Come
go.
on. I got a $5 bill with your name on it. Hook a brother up, man. I'm just kidding.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. We'll be right back with Glenn Hart and the Edgewater Fire Department from the Bronx. You're listening to New Jersey 88.6 FM WGAT, the Mean Machine Radio. So, yeah, that's what we're doing right here. We'll be back in a few.
Get ready for the ride of a lifetime with your favorite DJ.
You are listening to the Mean Machine Radio Show on New Jersey, 88.6 FM WGAT.
You're listening to the best radio in town. Stay tuned.
All right, so we are back with Glenn Hart. He is from the edgewaterfire.com. That's right, and that's in up in the Bronx. And but do you live in Jersey or do you live in New York, Glenn?
Oh, I live in New Jersey now. I live in Bloomfield. I moved out about 28 years ago, uh,
Okay.
and met my wife, and life has been good.
Yeah, you like it.
But
You
I,
like. Oh, yeah. You're not far from where I am. I'm not going to give that up, but
no,
yeah, you're not far because yeah, people don't know we hang out in Soprano Land. They think I was joking when I
there,
said that, but I guess
no.
whatever.
Hey, listen,
Joke and a smile, baby.
woke up this morning.
That's right. Got myself a soda. No, I'm kidding.
There you
I
go.
don't even drink soda. All right. So for our listeners and for our viewers' pleasure, I would say, we have well, we get some pictures here, so we'll put them up because you're talking about that you do need volunteers. I mean, you're pretty much it's an open hire as far as I mean, you need a few good men. That's what it's and I'm
Pretty much.
assuming women as well, right? I mean, that's
Absolutely, absolutely. As a matter of fact, half of our department is women right now,
no kidding.
whereas 20 years ago, 25 years ago, we had one or two. So they've been a blessing in disguise in stepping up in the neighborhood. So kudos to them. But they get trained. They rush right in, just like with the big boys. So wouldn't want to mess with our women.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, now is there something where you have to go? Is it like a regular fireman's test? Is it like that, like to check
We
abilities?
once you join, you get you put on probation. Then we send you out to for training through New York State on Long Island. I believe it's Nassau County, and they go for full training. We train in house also, but we also do training outside. We go to live burns exercises, uh, accident exercises, vehicles or anything else that pops up. Do medical training, a lot of CPR, a lot of advanced first aid.
Okay,
Some become EMTs and first responders,
life
all while
saving techniques.
all while doing their regular job.
All right,
So
so life, so if let's say here comes Joe down the street here, and he has no experience, but he wants to volunteer, he wants to be helping out his community. He is maybe not in the like now. Do you have to live in the Bronx to be a volunteer there, or can it be from any of
yes,
the boroughs? Or
yes, you actually have to live in our community of Edgewater Park as per our charter.
okay,
That's the only downside of it. It's been always been like that ever since we've been incorporated. But yes, so as I said earlier, if you're listening to this or watching this broadcast and you live in Edgewater Park, please join us because we need all the help we can get. We don't want to shut down because of lack of volunteers. Uh,
is that something that's on the horizon? Unfortunately, is that something that's like very
it's always
precipitous?
it's always in the back of our mind. It would take well, we lasted 102 years. We've gone through up and down battles over the years, but we always came out front. I think this is probably one of our lowest uh, manpower that we've had in
The
years.
25 people that you were referring to.
25 people, yeah.
Okay.
And at one point during its heyday, in the 50s and 60s and early 70s, we had close to 100, 125. So, but all different ranges. You could join as early as 16, and there is no age limit. You know, you help out what you can. You get trained, and if you feel a little bit uncomfortable doing the fire and emergency stuff, we can definitely help with the need your help with the administrative stuff,
Okay.
in fundraising and such.
That's done on site, right? At
That's done
your
on site. Yes.
okay. All right. So once again, so to continue on, so like somebody who, do they have to go online and fill out an application, then you contact them and then you set it up and then go through the motions like that? Or is it
That's
walk-ins? Like how does that get
any
facilitated?
any which way. If again, you could do it on. You could fill out the application online, or as I said, if you live in a park, come on up to the firehouse. On
Well, how do they get it online? You said on your website?
there's an application online on our website, edgewaterfire.com, and there's a way to join
Let's
and
see.
fill out the application and gets spearheaded towards our chief for a review, and he'll come in for you'll be asked to come in for an interview, and We'll go there.
All right. So let's say, okay, I want to go in there.
Yeah,
Where do I go?
right,
Join.
right. Join. There you go.
Okay. So they go in there. Yeah, look at that. 4 years of college just paid off.
Yeah,
Hit join. All right.
gotta
So,
love it.
I can't even handle this anymore. I accept the cookies. Good God. Last time they tried putting cookies on me like that was like sixth grade. All right. So
Oh,
agree to New York State. Okay. So here's your requirements, like what you were referring to. What are the qualifications, requirements to become a volunteer firefighter with Edgewater Park? Got to be at least, not even 18. You could be 16.
yes, you can.
Really?
Yes, you
Wow.
can. You be a
In New
junior
York?
fireman, what we call a buff.
Okay. Reside or be employee of the Edgewater Park community. All right. So basically, this is what you were saying. Complete and pass New York State new volunteer firefighter arson/sex offender background check. Well, yeah, that should be
Ah.
with everything. I wouldn't operate a pinball machine without running someone like that nowadays. I have no prior firefighting or emergency bid. So let's say someone was an EMS, that would be an easy crossover, I would think, or easier than a regular citizen. Let's say, right?
Hey,
Because they know.
listen, we have many people who are firemen, police, and EMS workers that live in the park and do help out when needed. But they're not members. But we welcome them. I mean, we'll never turn away help, as
Right.
long as they meet the criteria. But as far as being a member, the more the merrier, and we will train you.
Is there like rotating shifts? Is that the way? So, because like I said,
No,
for
there's,
me, in my mind, it's like, I don't know what I grew up. I was like, oh, everybody goes there, and then the thing goes off. You go down the bat pole, and you're out the door, and the Dalmatians start howling, and I mean, but that's the general consensus. Why don't you
nah, not
run us
quite.
through a regular day there? Like, what?
Not quite. So you could be in the area. You hear the fire siren go off, or you'll get a call on your phone, saying that there's a call. So you head up to the
Oh, it goes right to
firehouse.
people's cell phones. There's no more
Yeah,
big
yeah.
bell.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay,
no, no more bells. We still have a siren in case people want to pull the siren, and it
okay.
will go off. It'll sound like an air raid siren, and people, yeah, our members will respond to that, and we'll take it from there. They give us the information right at the firehouse at exactly what type of call we're going to be addressing. Um, if it's a fire call, obviously we'll roll both trucks depending if we have the manpower. That's why we
Hmm.
always call the FDNYS to help back us up, and they
Back up
actually,
every time, right?
yeah,
Okay,
they back us up until they get in there, and then they actually take over for us. So
okay. And so here we are. Here's the website. So for people that are thinking about going in there, volunteer now. You have it on there. If is there a fire in you, connect with us, and there's all your social media, which I was asking you about before: Facebook,
yes,
Instagram, and Twitter X, right there. And okay, excellent.
yeah,
And let's go back up there. We've always been there. Be there with us. I like the way whoever put this together did a good job. If not you, then who? I mean, it's
exactly.
basically leaving it open ended. Like, you're not forcing it on anyone, but you're
Nope.
just inviting people to, hey, we could use you. You know what I mean? We need a few good men, a few good women. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to have what's inside. I like that.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. And
that's pretty cool, actually.
and the beauty about us being within the community, not that the FDNY's response time is slow because it is very quick, but we're even quicker because we're right there.
Right.
We're literally a
Within
minute or
blocks
two
of
away from the
right.
from the call,
Okay.
as opposed to when the city comes in, it's 3 to 4 minutes. So minutes make the difference.
Do they meet you at the fire site, or they don't come like when they ring? They just, okay, we're gonna get dispatched to this particular area. Oh, okay, it's on the. What do you guys do? Like two-way radio, or what do you got
No,
going
no,
on
no,
there?
no. When the guys respond to the alarm box at the firehouse, and we get told if it's a fire at XYZ's house, we man up, we suit up. In the meantime, our dispatcher uh, calls 911 or the local FDNY house and let them know what's going on. They'll they'll dispatch their own vehicles,
When you say
and
they, I'm sorry to interrupt you. When you said they, you're talking about like if I called 911, it's gonna get funneled or routed to uh the regular fire. When I say regular,
yeah,
the
yeah. What?
FDNY or you? Okay,
Yeah, their dispatchers will dispatch the closest firehouse that's available
so it's a
to us.
logistical thing. Okay,
Yes,
I got it.
exactly,
Got it.
exactly.
All right. Well, that's cool. I mean, it's as long as you guys get there and you have a certain response time, I mean, and you're all
Absolutely.
geared up and you're going. Do they still have the Dalmatians? Because I'd be really disappointed
You know,
if you didn't.
some departments do. We used to
No
have one
shit.
years ago. One of our members had a Dalmatian, but we
Nice.
take it. We take anything in all critters.
I was gonna say something, but I'm like, you know what?
No, no, no.
I'm
Be
not gonna do
nice.
that. I don't play with. I'm not gonna play with fire. No pun intended here.
Exactly.
Horrible. This is why I'm not a comedian. I'm a host. But in any event, so if between the people that you're active in the community, so you have let's say people have a regular job, and then is it kind of like not weekend warrior, but I guess what I want to say is, how like people for the National Guard or whatever, they'll have like their regular, they live
Right.
in, I don't know, Biloxi, Mississippi or whatever, and then okay, and then but they're on call for a certain, and military does this too, certain dates, predetermined dates per month. Like, okay, you're going to be available for us on the 15th and the 16th, and then also on the 28th and the 29th. Does that the way it works with volunteer? Because you're not on a pay tier, that you go, okay, that way everybody gets to spend some time home, because obviously you're working regular jobs. You can't
Uh,
live on volunteer. Is
unf
that how that
unfortunately,
works? Or
unfortunately, no. Um,
no?
Once you're in the park within our jurisdiction, you're basically on call 24/7.
Oh, wow.
So
So everybody that's part of that particular, I call it a
department.
ladder.
Yeah,
All everybody, your phone might go off at 2 a.m. What now?
absolutely.
What if they're at work or something like that,
If
and then
they're at
there's a
work,
fire?
obviously, it's like I'm in the city right now, and if I get if I know that there's a call, obviously I can't respond. If I'm with just outside the response area, and I hear it come over my phone, I will drive, but not as an emergency driver. I would just have to obey local traffic laws until I'm in the park, and I report it to the fire department and find out what the call is all about, and then respond down there accordingly.
Do you get like a
Uh,
little red light or something to get through traffic?
no,
Because if not, I'll buy you one.
no, we are not allowed. We are not allowed.
Really?
That's correct.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because some asshole has to block the box with no gridlock and everything, but you can't get a thing to get around to get to a fire. See, this is the problem. You know what I mean? I think people's priorities are screwed up. You
It
sound
is what it
surprised,
is.
Glenn. You know
No,
me, I'm very shy. But
no, not at all. Not at all.
I don't know. But like I said, so if you're at a regular job, let's say, when I say regular, meaning anything outside of there where you're actually on the
Yeah.
clock, whether it's salary or hourly, and your phone's going off. I mean, I'm guessing that some people would be, their bosses would be cool, but like, go save a life. And then there's others where they might just say, well, you're not going to get paid if you leave, no matter what's going on. I wonder how your guys and girls
You know
deal
what?
with that.
I don't think anybody who's worked and served with us in the Bronx, and has and been nearby. I don't think there's been any issues with their bosses telling them that no, they can't respond. Uh, but again, for the most part, knock on wood, we haven't had a significant amount of loss of property or people due to lack of volunteers. We always seem to manage to get enough of a crew together to take care of business until we get back up, whether it be FDNY or EMS.
Okay. So that's, you've never actually run into that problem. I'm just cropping up the question because
Yeah.
what I think might or might not be going through our listeners, heads. It's like, well, if I'm doing that, how am I going to get there? I'm going to get in trouble. I'm
Yeah.
not going to get paid. I want to help, but I
And
can't screw my family.
it's a unique situation for
Unique is a
sure.
good word. Yeah.
Yeah, unique. And uh, like I stated before, there's eight volunteer fighter companies, and each work their own parameters and jurisdictions. We're very unique that we're confined to a 700 home community, and which is our responsibility. Not to say that we won't respond outside our jurisdiction, because we have. We responded to highway crashes, or just outside the area where if there's been a delay in the city response, and they won't hesitate to call us to help out. So
Well, yeah, that was my other question. Let's say you're driving on the BQE and there's a car fire or something like that. They usually call fire department as backup. Now, that's not at one of those 700 homes.
no,
Who gets
no.
that? Like, who determines that now?
Well, that's out of our jurisdiction. That's another borough altogether. So we just maintain for the Bronx and our local community of Throgs Neck.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's I was just curious because I don't know. I'm not,
Yeah,
obviously we're not scripted here and we don't rehearse or anything like that, but 'cause we like to let it just flow. But as the questions arise, I like because I know for certain that people are going to have questions and everything. So you have obviously email on there, and you can contact they can
yeah,
contact the guys and call you or whatever, or go to your social media and pose questions and that kind of thing.
absolutely. We
Uh,
would be more than happy to answer any inquiries that we may get.
all right, so be honest with me here. Not that you haven't been, I'm saying, but just to say it out loud, be honest with me, Glenn. Where do you guys stand? When I say you guys, talking about this particular firehouse, we'll call it, as far as monetarily, meaning your 501c3, you get certain things, but there's also certain stipulations. You have parameters. You have to open your books if it's a 501c3 in New York or actually anywhere in the country. I'm pretty certain that you have to do that.
That's correct.
Are you guys doing okay? Is it one of those things where every month you don't know what's going to happen, like that
It,
daunting? Oh my God, are we going to hit our mark, our
it,
number for the month,
it
money
is
wise?
a challenge. It is a challenge. I do have to say I don't know off the top of my head, but I do know it
Well,
is
not
a
exact
challenge.
numbers. I'm just saying, is it
Uh,
that close to the vest where it's actually comes up every month, or is it one of those things that's
yeah,
every month
it
go
comes
up?
up. It comes up with our general meetings, and and we go through our books and then tell us what we
Right.
pay out. Our biggest invoicing is the insurance for not only the crew but for the vehicles. And our donations are very limited. We do have a hard time generating funds from within the communities, and
Why do
so
you think that is in your own community? Why would that be, in your opinion?
I wish I could answer.
Is it because
Um,
money is tight right now for everybody because the country is like,
it's always been an issue of content with all of us. Some people will donate, others will not for whatever reason. I just
you
don't
talking about
know.
groups or people? Like sometimes you'll have a
Individuals,
group that'll be
individuals,
okay.
individuals will. I mean, all we asking is $60 a year for per year for service, and uh,
That's
unfortunately,
$5 a
we
month.
exactly,
I mean, that's
and
not hard to do that math. I mean, that's like I mean, cigarettes are $12. You know what I mean?
exactly,
To
exactly.
save my neighbor's ass or whatever the case may be, or just the peace of mind knowing that, okay,
Yeah,
happy.
that your own neighbor is risking himself to
Right.
help you. So that's our
Yeah,
motto:
because you
is neighbor
guys
help a
are the
neighbor.
neighbors. You have to be from that community. So obviously you're gonna,
Absolutely.
for the most part, especially in the Bronx or Brooklyn or any of the boroughs, even here in Jersey. I mean, when you're in a smaller community like that, for the most part, everybody knows everybody. For the
Yeah,
most part, you're gonna not know every person, but hey, Glenn, how you doing? You know what I mean? Or you see him out in your family out shopping or whatever. You're part of the community. It's not like you're bringing in these independent contractors that like bounty hunter type of. You live, sleep, work, raise your children,
yeah,
do everything in the same community that you're protecting.
absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely.
why would someone not give you? I mean,
What
I know
one?
that's rhetorical. I don't
Yeah,
understand it.
he you just don't know why or the reasoning why they chose not to donate. But people have to realize that we base our operations on your donations. Donations first, volunteers second.
Right.
Or vice versa. You could look at it either way. Those are our top two concerns: is both manpower and funding. And
Just like any other
don't
place, I would think, but with volunteers, I mean, you're giving up time in your life you're never gonna
yeah.
get back ever, ever,
And, and and
and you spend it like
plus
that.
we're taking money out of our own pockets to help help with the situation. So, but
What do you
we
mean by out of your own pot for what?
well, if we're running a party or something, we don't have the funds or we can't dictate the funds. So there's some of us that will put their hands in the pocket to make an event happen,
No kidding.
and
That
without
says
going
a lot
without
right
with,
there. Just
yeah,
that right there going, you know what? I got it because there's a lot of people depending on this and
yeah,
our visibility and that says volumes. It really does say volumes about the
yeah,
people that the people that you have surrounding you, Glenn. Seriously, I mean
yeah,
that's how many people could say that. You know what? I got it or whatever. And we all know
right,
money's tight. I don't care how well anyone's doing right now in 2024. Everything
right,
has gone up. Food has gone up. Gas has gone up. Prices of everything that you could think of. Nothing has been stable. And I don't know if it's going to get better or worse, but I know that right now it's difficult for a lot of people who are struggling, not just
Yeah.
in the New York, New Jersey area, all over the country. The fact that someone would go in their pocket, you know what, we're going to make this happen. I don't care what I have to do, no matter what.
Right.
That right off the bat shows character. And I mean that. I respect that very much. No, we fell short. We can't. Nope. I'm going to go out of my 401k or my bank account or whatever to make it happen. Or guys, let's pool some money together and let's get all this stuff so we can have that barbecue or have that fundraiser or rent that hall or whatever. Right? I mean, am I
Yeah.
right on this? It's
Absolutely.
seems
Absolutely.
easy enough to me. I don't know why people have to complicate. I'm not
I,
saying
I don't know.
everybody.
You know, I have my own theories, but it's just that people have to understand where we are, where we come from, and why we do the things we do. Uh, Again, it's neighbor helping neighbor.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're their
we're there.
neighbors.
We're your first
There's
responders.
Glenn from so and so street. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not
Yeah.
like you're a stranger. That's what
No.
it ticks me off because I'm like, you're not just some government contractor or what. And I'm not talking badly about the firemen that are
No.
obviously that get paid and everything. I have most love and respect for everybody that puts their life on the line for complete strangers, not just their family, complete strangers. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying volunteer. That's like a whole nother level. This is in addition to your
Yes.
regular life. It's part of your life, and you're part of their
Absolutely.
lives. And like I said, once again, I'll say it. I mean, people like that, yourself, the men and women who are that brave and that much courage should be revered. We should feel lucky and blessed that we have you guys watching our back morning, noon, and night, 24/7, 365. Like you said, phones going off at all hours. I mean, this is your life it's interrupting, and you're willing to do it not for pay, but because you care. Where has that
Correct.
happened in this society where people stopped caring? It's not about money. You're not out there
No.
wearing a Rolex and stuff like that. This is so operating expenses. I mean, you have to have your electric on. You got to have cable. You got to have water. You got to have heat. You got to have it. I mean, come on. We're not talking about like some outlandish. We need a brand new screen for the Super Bowl, which I can help with that, man. But we'll talk later.
Yeah.
I'm
There we
gonna
go.
come down. I'm going up to the Bronx and watching you guys, man. I'm paying the $60. I'm gonna actually give 120. I'm good for 2 years. I'm hanging out right with you. I'm gonna go in there with all my Yankee shit and my Reggie stuff. I'm gonna like Mr. October,
There you
and
go.
I'm hanging out with you guys and girls, man. That'll be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Because you guys, you're real people. That's who's on this show, not fake bullshit. Real people, mean machine, material. That's the way I see it. Saying what you have to say. That's what this is all about. And you have something to say. You, in essence, are speaking for all of them right now. That's a
Yes.
that's an important job, Glenn. I respect you for doing that. You didn't even hesitate when I asked you to come on, and I wanted you not because we're just friends, but the fact that I have good friends that have shitty causes. Let me be honest with you. But you're a friend that has a good cause. It's like a cause like, no, can you help me like pay for my car payment? No,
Right.
this is
Right.
for everybody. It's not for
Exactly.
Glenn. You know, it's. I think people
It,
should
it's it's
should
it's
stop and think about that. Let that
it's keeping the
resonate.
community alive and active and safe, primarily safe.
Yeah.
And we're trying our best. And
Men, women,
Yeah.
kids, animals. I mean, right? The
Absolutely.
neighborhoods. Somebody could lose their business and that's their livelihood, and there goes their family.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know if people take the time. I'm not saying everyone. I'm saying the ones that are holdouts. Maybe they don't have money. Great. I understand that maybe. But if somebody came over and said, here's 20 bucks, put it in a thing here. I just want to help do whatever I can. It's going to go to where it needs to go, you know?
Absolutely.
But even that, you're
Absolutely.
on there as donation, but it's not just that. It's, oh, by the way, and come and join us. You want to know what's going on? Be part of it. I, I mean, you're like with open arms. I mean, how cool is that? It's like double good whammy. You know what I mean? You
Absolutely.
want to
Yes.
donate? How about this? We'll step it up even further. Why don't you come and join us? If not now, when? If not you, who? I mean, it's pretty plain on there that I can see.
Yep.
And I don't know if there's other places that are like that, but this is the one that we're talking about in particular. And I'm going to flash it again. By the way, there's your 102 years emblem there. That badge. I kind of like that. I was digging that. I was looking at that earlier.
I'll
I
get
want
you
that
one.
patch, man.
You got it.
I
You
was
got it.
gonna say, come on, Glenn. Whose leg you got to hump around here to get a badge?
If you're nice, if you're nice, I'll get you a T-shirt too.
Well, then forget about it. I ain't nice, but I'll take the T-shirt. I appreciate that. I immediately cut the sleeves. No, I'm kidding. But so I'm
I,
going to flash this again because I want people to see this. So when the alarm goes off, what if no one shows? That's very daunting, right there. That one sentence.
yep,
Answer the call, become a volunteer, help your neighbors, join the Edgewater Park Fire Department. Stop by the firehouse or visit edgewaterfire.com/join. Volunteers needed. If not you, then who? Pretty cut and dry right there. Exactly. Not even paraphrase. This is exactly what we were just talking about. Help your neighbors. It's a community. If
it's
you're
your
in the
community.
Bronx, yeah, I mean, it's for all of you. It's not just, you know, a few people that throw some money at it and not worry. I mean, this could be a fire at your house, your car, your place of business, a school, God forbid. You know what I mean? The scenarios, obviously, we all know them, but that is just, I mean,
Can't say it
policeman
any
and
better than
fireman.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm searching for the right thing to say, but I think I have said it because, and you have too, Glenn, because that's who you people are. You're not trying to hide anything. It's open arms, open book. Let's put a picture up here. Let's put up another one. Glenn Hart, that's you. You have to
That's
sign
me.
an autograph for me, man. Glenn
Uh,
Hart has volunteered at the Edgewater Park Volunteer Hose Company, #1 for over 45 years. Apparently, you can't keep a job, but 45 years, and that's you over there, the one that looks like Sonny Bono up in the corner, huh?
yes,
All
yes.
right,
Back
cool.
when I had hair.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, we all have more hair. I found some of it the other day, but
You
um,
swept it up, didn't you?
no, no, that's Freddie. That's
Yeah,
Freddie. We'll have to have him on soon. But
absolutely.
yeah, I mean that's cool right there. So there's you and there's all the guys and girls, everybody goofing around, having a good time, saving lives, helping build the community, speaking to younger folks, younger kids and even older folks, like I said. But I mean, you are the Bronx, especially that neighborhood. There's
Yeah,
no other way to say it. I think that's right on point. I mean, that's I think what you guys do and what you're going to do, and it's a tradition for 102 years.
yes,
People have been having this conversation, and they've been keeping you guys going for 102 years. So, on the defense part, I don't want it to be all like doom and gloom, but you guys have been kept going from donations, people that have enriched your lives, and vice versa. I think that's great. I think that's a feel good story. The fact that you're
yeah.
still around and more power to you. Here's to another 102 years to
God
you
bless.
and your crew there.
Yeah,
Um, I salute you. I really do, and I mean every word of that.
really
Um,
appreciate that, Greg.
yeah, I mean that's it right there. And I'll put this back up for people to see, and then it'll be on our YouTube. It'll be on Spotify. It'll be on everything. Let's put that back up one more time. So we'll put your ticker. So for people that are listening and not actually watching, I'll read it out to you. Yeah, you got to do both nowadays, Glenn, because some people be like, but I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
www.edgewaterfire, one word, edgewaterfire.com/donate. And that is Edgewater. That is up in the Bronx. You said northeast section, right? You
Yes,
said
Bronx,
Bronx neck.
into the Bronx. Yes.
All right, excellent. Well, there you have it, folks. Another one of those everyday heroes that we pass by that we don't even realize it. And I can attest that I know Glenn. I've known him for a little bit and solid guy, the kind of guy you want to have your back. So let's try to have theirs. So I wanted to say that while we were on air there, Glenn, because I mean that. Appreciate you guys.
No, I appreciate you having me.
Uh, Not a problem, my man. So we're gonna say goodbye to Glenn, and we'll see him soon. Bye, Glenn.
Take care.
All right. Be safe. Be well. God
Thank
bless
you.
you, man. Well, folks, Glenn Hart from Edgewater Fire Department up in the Bronx. I mean, these guys and girls need your help. So it's www.edgewaterfire.com/donate for all of the people that are listening. And for those that are watching, he's just a normal guy. He, talking from the hip. He's on the right show for that. I'll tell you that much. But I'm honored to have people like that on because they're real. I mean, we have musicians, we have actors, we have different people. We have nurses, we have, every walk of life that you can imagine, and we're not nowhere near done yet. But every now and then, someone steps into the fold, someone like Glenn, and I'll do whatever I can using my voice, my platform, my airwaves, so to speak, whatever I can do. And you should too. Not everybody needs to be on the radio to be able to help. You don't have to be like me or be in the public eye or any of that. You could be a regular, everyday, just a human being, just looking for a few human beings that recognize and acknowledge what these guys and girls do on a daily basis. They put their lives on the line for their community, for total strangers. Stop what they're doing, time in their life that they'll never get back, to help their fellow man. And I think that I know that they should be. I mean, those are real heroes. It's great that someone can throw a football 50 yards, but those guys and girls, those are the real heroes right here in our own backyard, right here in the New York, New Jersey area. So please go over to www.edgewaterfire.com/donate. You can go on there. I mean, it'll tell you about membership requirements if that's what you're interested. A little bit of background on there. Contact us, safety. I mean, there's community calendars, resources. You can subscribe. There's photos of these guys. Um, I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. I'm gonna have to come and visit them one day. I'll have to walk in with Glenn. I want my T-shirt, man. I know you can hear me, Glenn. Extra large, man. Anyway, I wanted to thank everyone for listening and watching to the Mean Machine Radio Show right here in the great state of New Jersey, New Jersey 88.6 FM, WGAT. I am Gregory Joseph. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And a special thanks to uh, our guest today, Mr. Glenn Hart from up in the Bronx, baby. We will see you guys soon. Remember to watch us on YouTube, our YouTube channel, The Mean Machine Radio Show. We're on all social media for inquiries, or if you want to be on the show, you think you have something to provide as far as, I don't know, what do you got going on? You want to tell your story? You have something good? You want to try to be a co-host? Are you Mean Machine material? Are you sure? Are you absolutely certain? Email me, Gregory Joseph at meanmachineradio.com. And check us out on Twitter too, at Gregory Joseph 70. That's my handle on there. So, like I said, everybody have a great hump day out there. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you. This Sunday, I don't even know who's on the schedule for this. I don't know. It's going to be good. Whatever it is, don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. So we'll just say a special goodbye from the state of New Jersey. For those people that just came in, you missed a great show, but you could catch it on our YouTube, our Spotify, or iHeartRadio within 48 hours, and then get a special use keyword, how you doing? There you go. That'll get you right in. You're good to go. Good night from the great state of New Jersey. And just remember, if you can't be good, be mean. Take care. Say a prayer. Comb your hair. See you there, baby.
Get ready for the ride of a lifetime with your favorite DJ.
You are listening to the Mean Machine Radio Show on New Jersey, 88.6 FM WGAT.
You're listening to the best radio in town. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mean Machine Radio Show. And now, live from your sister's closet, it's the Mean Machine Radio Show on New Jersey, 88 WGAT.
This is probably the best station in the world.
That's right.